Kembo na Tata nZambi ya Mazulu, kimfumo kyakuisa, nZambi mawesha, nZambi yakubenisha, nZambi monene, Zambia mpungu utulendo, Zambi kwa Tata nZambi mpungu utulendo, Bayete. Yengi Keno family, Yengi Keno. I'm here back with another video. I hope everybody's doing well. I know a lot of things happen, but then people going on with this so-called New Year. If you recognize it, I hope you're having a good time. It's already starting off to be an interesting New Year. I saw what happened in Washington, D.C. Ooh, here we go. And the stuff they're talking about with Fauci and all that, but I'm not about all that, so I'm not into their folly. But anyway, I want to welcome all of you to this channel once again. I've had a chance to interact with people a little bit. Hope everybody's learning. And like I said, I know people have called and asked me to do certain things. Like I said, that's the Most High. But the nZambi is the one that decides what I talk about through the Umbasi. I'm not the one that decides what I talk about. And what I'm about to talk about today is probably going to blow people away. But, you know, you choose to believe what you want to believe. I'm going to tell you why people get in trouble in their world when they start talking about things that they shouldn't know. How they've hidden things from people, why they give you your indoctrination, why I try to tell people that Cowboys versus Aliens wasn't a fake movie, but we're going to get into that. The history is actually indeed a set of lies agreed upon. All praises. That's why you have to be careful when people say they come from the Most High and the people who don't. And I know there are people who say they are and they are, and there's people who say they aren't, they are and they aren't. But that's all going to be revealed here pretty soon. First, let's start with a song. Mbote Sabono Dumalong. I want to honor everybody that's doing the Most High's work that has been called to do in this time. I want honor you that are, doing what you need to do to change lives. It's a wonderful time to be alive. I was in a conversation earlier. People are starting to actually see things a little differently, but of course, you're still dealing with the people who see the way things they want to see. As you will see, that there's a reason why, as long as you're seeing with the naked eye, you're not seeing the real world. Okay, bottom line is that's the case. You must see through Tata nZambi's eyes to see the world that he sees versus what the world actually sees. And that's why Satan has deceived the whole world. And of course, he picks the people that he chooses to show the delusions that he's created versus the ones that are real. What's the one you see? All right, so let's get into the song and then we'll get started. Remember, I don't own the rights to the song. I don't own anything to this. It's not for redistribution. This song is for purely for worship, not for redistribution, and it's for furthering our understanding. This is mostly how you have been praising the Most High before they put all the electrical stuff out. Zambi Kwatulendo. Oh, come on, not again. Flies by Tulendo. I'm trying to remember. I've heard somebody tell me what it means. Because I've heard it. By the Almighty. The Most High's way by the Almighty. Hallelujah. Kembo. nZambi, Wakwatulendo, Yahweh nZambi, the Father Almighty, by the power, by the mighty. Kembo, hallelujah. Once again, I'm going to give all praises to Tata nZambi, Pungutlendo, Kembo, hallelujah. I'm going to give all honor to Kuswa Kongo Yisu, to the Mwanda Velala, Yengi Pembe Kalunga, Yengi Pembe Kalunga, to all the righteous of Nzolele, all the elders, all of our ancestors of Abana Betu, the Bakongo, all the way down to Adama Yakongo and Awa, Mama and Papa, all of our mamas and papas, down all the way down to Abana Sakayakubi, of course, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I want to give honor to the righteous elders, the judges, to Yenge Keno, Assalamu Alaikum Kongo, Kembo Hallelu'Yah, Baete, Mwanakumbase, Yomwana, Mwandavela Musadi Seto. Okay, it's a little late here, but I needed to do this because I needed to talk about some things that's going to be going down in 2023. It's going to be an interesting year. It's already starting to be that way, and things are about to kick off. I wanted to talk about this topic. When Tata nZambi says, I shall send thee a strong delusion for them that believe the lie. Okay. So here's what people don't understand. The creator of heaven and earth will always bring plagues and judgments upon whomever he chooses to bring plagues and judgments upon. Those plagues and judgments can be massive. Those plagues and judgments can be minuscule, depending on what has been decided. What the world doesn't understand is what they now today call science and investigation into the truth and all these different things, why they call it theories. We keep trying to tell people, and I did science. There's a reason why it's called a theory and why they will say that it's been proven. People don't understand the saying that the people who are saying that it's been proven are the people who are actually in the deception, because they really know what's going on. But they tell people and they teach people the original teachers of science are in fact secret society people. Okay, the original people, these are the people who started all this stuff. Okay, so the information that they're going to give you is based off of hiding the real truth, really, and coming up. It was basically designed for where they're trying to give it. They're trying to give um, explanation for something the Most High did, but they're trying to do it in a way that the world don't figure it out, that the Most High is behind everything. Okay, the Creator of heaven and earth, and this is something you need to understand, is he chooses how to bring a delusion. Nobody else does but him. Now, in order for the fallen angels to prove themselves worthy of being gods, there's certain things that they did in order to trick people. That's why they're in sorcery. The Most High, though, he also will do things to make people be deceived into what they believe. So the naked eye, and it's designed to where the naked eye will always see what is supposed to be seen. And of course, with the sorcery, there's always that sleight of hand magic, because the concept of magic comes from the fallen angels themselves. Now, this is why there's so many things in photographs and other things that they have gotten over the centuries that they don't share with people, that they keep it hidden. There's there's places that they go, things that they do. Nobody's seen these places except for the people that are allowed to see them. Okay, because the reality is you are meant to believe what you are told. This is the concept. This is how control is put in place. Okay. A prime example I'm about to talk about has to do with the person, Admiral Byrd. People are familiar with him. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Admiral Richard Byrd, commander of the military years ago. And this is about the hollow earth theory. For those of you who aren't familiar about the story, he traveled to the North Pole. He expected to see ice, but instead of seeing ice, he saw green grass, woolly mammoths that's supposed to be extinct. He saw a city, okay, that nobody was supposed to be able to see. And he saw these flying saucers that actually had markings of the German swastikas and stuff like that. Okay. His plane, of course, he's talked about how his plane was taken over He couldn't move his plane. It was being levitated, and he was shown around these places where he was shown where he went. He was surprised to see that these were some kind of spiritual beings. They looked kind of like, 10 feet tall, white looking aliens with blonde hair and blue eye and white hair and blue eyes. And he was astounded by what he saw. Well, when he came back and he talked to his superiors about it, he said, "You're not to talk about what you saw. Nothing is supposed to be, you're not going to," but it bothered him so much that he did a diary and he talked about the hollow earth theory. He went on television. He went talking about it on TV. He said, "Man, this is the world." And they kept warning him. And then, of course, suddenly he was gone. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go into 2 Thessalonians. And for this cause, nZambi, Yahweh, Mfumu Yahweh, so send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Here we're going to go back to verse 10. Even in his coming after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth that they may be saved. For this cause, Tata nZambi shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who beloved not in the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay. What is the Most High talking? What is Paola? Then Tino, not Tino, then the Abafundi, the Bantu, the Bakongo, really, Paola. What is he talking about? People want to say this book has nothing to do with us. It really does. They took it from us, they modified it, and give it back to us. Because we had the real, the Tula, because the scriptures. What it means is the devil has the ability to show you signs and wonders that are lies. It also says the Most High can send you a strong delusion so that you can believe a lie if you're not in the truth. We now know the real truth is about the Bakongo. So now the Gentile and the heathens, this is why he said, don't follow what they do because they're deceived by many different things. Okay, excuse me. Dealing with some issues with gas for some reason. It's weird. So what happened here is I'm going to pull up. This is why they use this stuff, like the Tinkerbell, the fairy dust. The fairy dust symbolizes magic, sorcery, okay, witchcraft. Fairies are actually wicked, not good. But the people they don't know that. Okay. You have the rabbit. He does different things. Okay. He brings out the white rabbit was a part of the sorcery that took place back when they did the thing with the woman, what's her name, Ishtar. That's really where it comes from. They pull a rabbit out of a hat, magicians and stuff like that. Okay. Sorry. It's weird. So now We had a movie that was called Cowboys versus Aliens, and they saw that there were strange things that they saw back in those days that didn't make any sense. But what they were trying to tell you in this movie is that these spiritual beings have been around for a long time. It ain't like they've just been. There's many different things that people don't know. Native Americans talked about these creatures, these beings that they saw. Ancient civilizations have had encounters with different forms of gods. The problem is now you've been meant to believe that these are just natural phenomena that people just happen to witness and they don't exist. And, for a while they kept saying, oh, this doesn't exist, this isn't real, but really it is. Okay. And this is what I wanted to talk about because in this particular movie, it shows that these people are being infiltrated and being collected and being used and being programmed. Okay, programmed. So this is what I'm going to tell you is this is something that has been happening even the days of Noka, the days even after. People talk about abductions and what they are and all the different things that are going on and people don't get it, is that you are part of something that Satan has been doing for a long time. He is tricking people into believing these different things that they see, and it reflects upon what they think they are, and they really don't know what they really are. Okay. Excuse me. So now, in the book of where is it? So in the Kikongo, man, I must be, maybe I'm allergic to these things. It's weird. But I put in the word delusion. Umbanza ya mb. Mabanza ya mb. Okay. Oh, excuse me. When you see this movie, they're showing them, oh, we're aliens. We come from another planet, blah, 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 stuff like this. This is something that has been going on for a long time. People don't get it. So now what happens is the creator, when you say something is true or false or whatever you want to call it, okay, what he does is he lets you believe what you want to believe. And the fallen angels will play it out. Okay. If you say there was an ice age or whatever, you'll see an ice age. If you say things went extinct, things will go extinct. If you say, these different scientific theories or whatever happened, this is what you're meant to see. Okay. Wow, so weird. So now when we're looking at the book of where did it go? So you look at movies like Back to the Future, Men in Black, you don't see anything. The fairy dust. In the book of Jasher, this is why they took it out. Okay. In the book of Jasher, you're going to see a situation where Nsaka was supposed to be sacrificing Now, and Saka was being sacrificed by Abana. Now, of course, many people will sit here and say, well, you know, whatever they believe in, our God would never have demanded this. You know, he was. I'm like, the Most High knew what he was doing. You don't really understand. If you don't know the Most High, there's things that you need to recognize that many people are deceiving you about certain things. And you're going to find out that the Most High puts his creation to the test because he wants to know who really wants to follow him, his way, and who doesn't. One of the things that happened in this, it says, to stop Abana, because the devil always tries to run interference on whatever we want to do. And that's what Christians don't understand. It says, Shaitani turned himself into a large brook of water in the road, so he couldn't pass. So like a river that's flowing really fast, the devil turned himself into this. So it's a lying sign and wonder. Okay. So it makes you believe that something is there that really isn't. And Abana said, I don't remember any water being here. So he rebuked it and it disappeared. Okay. Sorry. Just something feels interesting here. Be with me now, Father. I'm Father, help me, God. Whatever is going on, Father. Be with me this time. So now, Shaitani turned himself into water. So what this scripture is telling you is the devil can create something that isn't there and make you believe that it's real. If you've seen things with the naked eye and not the spiritual eye. What you don't understand is this is a lot of what history has happened with the Muneli Kariampemba, the Muguzungus. Shaitani has created illusions of things that really aren't there so that you believe what you are meant to see based upon what you think you see. That's why the Most High says, I shall send you a lie that you believe the truth. Okay? So now, what happens is the Most High allows you to believe that this delusion or whatever you're being told exists. So in the case of Admiral Byrd, what had happened was Satan, he's showing what had happened was he found out that the ice that the polar bears walk on and everything that is happening is something the fallen angels have turned themselves into. And they removed it to see the real world that was sitting there. This is what happened. But see, nobody's supposed to know that there was no ice at the North Pole, that this is a curse. Okay? On the heathens. Just like what happened with the Ice Age and other things that the Most High did to judge people who did wicked things. So they used the science to try to explain what they have discovered with different things in the past, which really aren't real. The devil makes them believe, just like what happened when Darwin went to go find these islands. Shaitani turned himself into the islands. And I know this because this was something that was revealed to me to make Darwin create the concept of evolution. But see, if you're a scientist or whatever, you're never going to believe that this happened if you don't even believe the devil exists. Okay? So much of the things that people believe in, and they gave you kind of an example when they did the movie Noah. And what happened is all of a sudden these trees weren't there, and all of a sudden these trees appeared. The Most High's alchemy, his power. Something wasn't there, now it's here. Okay. Well, Shaitani is doing some of the same things too. Okay. So the elites of this world, the super wealthy or whatever, this is why they have to keep things a secret, is what the devil allows them to see is not what we see. And they know that Bantu people, when we have our ability to see through the Most High, we will then see the world that they are hiding from the sheeple. Okay, and that doesn't work very good for them, because then it exposes the fact that, hey, dinosaurs didn't go extinct. You just can't see them. Woolly mammoth didn't go extinct. You just can't see them. Okay, because you chose to believe the lies that Shaitani taught you. But then to tell people this, oh no, I would know, I'm not crazy. No, I believe what the scientists say. And of course, what the Most High's judgments that he has done has become the science of evolution and other things that they have done. But they have hidden the real facts of what the Most High really did. That's why when I told people, you say, how old is the earth? And you believe the 55 billion years or whatever. Well, it's like the Most High is like, I know how old the creation is, but no one's asking me. So you just assume what they tell you. Okay, go right ahead. All right. And I know that Tokers actually just did a recent teaching on this. So it can make you look foolish in many ways as a person if you choose to go along with the delusion that the fallen angels did for these heathens, to make them worship them as God. So somebody said, oh, I look at my telescope, I see Jupiter. The fallen angels can turn themselves into a planet image. You look through the glass, boom, I see that. Okay. This is what the scripture is trying to tell you. The devil will make you see, and the Most High will let you see it, whatever it is you want to see. That's why they tell you stars or dust and whatever. Okay, fine. Then you're not going to see the Malekis up there. Okay. That's what we would see. Hey, that's Maleki so-and-so. That's Maleki so-and-so. Oh, that's a Maleki. Okay. That's how we were knowing how to be guided in our path where we needed to go. The angels, just like they showed you in the so-called, in the false version of the so-called birth of Christ, the angel guided the Magi to the place where Kuso Kongo was born. Okay, meaning the Umbasi, because the Umbasi is the star, will take you where you need to go when you need to go somewhere, and get you and help you go disappear or reappear or do whatever you need to do. Okay. What people don't know is that when they say, okay, so the strong delusion, as it talks about, okay, it's like a simulation. Okay. The simulation is what people talk about. Oh, the world's a matrix. Yeah, whatever you choose to be or see, or whatever you think how things work, these angels are causing you to see it that way. Okay. And of course, I'm not doing the normal, people think my hand gesture, whatever. No, I'm not doing that. My normal thing. That's why in secret society, people, they're sworn to secrets that you can't tell the world. This is not what you see. And they have you teaching whatever they want you to know so that they control the knowledge, because the Bantu people, that's why the Most High said, you know, as human beings, as Muntu, you can't trust false spirits. You never can. Because what Baal has done has given the people a world they want them to see, and erased the knowledge of other things that really happened in the past, because they really wanted to promote the illusion that Bantu people had nothing to do with many of the things that were built in this world. Okay, and that other nations or whatever, they built these things and whatnot. So that's why, Tata nZambi says, okay, if you who are going to perish want to believe what these pastors are talking about in the pulpit, what these teachers are standing up there in front of the classroom teaching you, what these professors are saying, what these world leaders and everything are telling you, then that's what you're going to see, because they're not from me. They're telling you they are. They're telling you they're affiliated, but see, they're teaching you the world the way they want you to see it and not the way it is. Okay? That's why when the Most High lifts the veil now, when it comes time, and it's coming time soon, when Bantu people get ready to return home, you're going to start seeing some things like, wait a minute, I never knew that existed. What is that? They told us this, and they're going to say, you're going to see things that you're going to be like, hey, something is wrong here. Sorry. I think I'm allergic to pistachios. Could be what the problem is. Interesting. Didn't know that. Causing me way too much gas. Unless they're not real. You never know. Anyway, just like when he comes and appears before Saka and says, I'm another young man. That's why we said Simone the sorcerer. This is why I say you go to a magic show, now you see it, now you don't. Where did it go? Trap doors, whatever. Okay, this type of stuff. The fallen angels do the same type of thing. Okay, they create an illusion of the world that you think you see, using their lying signs and wonders. Okay, but the power elites behind closed doors, they know it's kind of like what they did in the movie when they were showing you King Kong versus Godzilla, when he breaks the sky and you see what's really up there. It was fake. It was a simulation. It wasn't real. Okay, that what you thought you saw is not what you think you saw. This is why when people see certain things and they're like, wait a minute, where did that thing come from? And how did this happen? And what does this kind of thing happen? Because, and that's why they even showed it in the Matrix when he said, this is the real world. That's why he said it came out of the Matrix. This is the real world. What you're seeing in there is what they want you to see. Okay. Well, in reality, like when you look at the movie that's called Jupiter Ascending, you saw that there was a war going on and buildings were getting knocked down and whatever. And they said, aren't the people going to see that? They said, no, we fixed that. But they're going to see what like, hey, you're not going to see that building fall. Okay. The war with the Most High and the things that he is doing operates the same way. When he comes and he starts interacting with us and starts doing things for us, okay, they don't want the other people to see that this is going on. So Tata nZambi is already in a war with Shaitani. They're battling. There's things going on behind the scenes. There's stuff there's conflict and everywhere. Okay. The problem is you're not meant to see it if you see it with the naked eye. You're going to think, well, oh, okay, the war, Ukraine, this and that, because everything starts in the spiritual realm, manifests in the physical, as we now know. And also what you loose on earth, you loose in the heavens. That's why you don't see what you're loosing up in the heavens, because they blocked it. There are things being created down here. When you loose spirits on earth, they get loosed in heaven. You don't know these things. That's why they put it in the movies, to hide the fact that certain things are more real than you think, and other things you think are just illusion. Okay? So now, what is getting ready to happen, and people don't understand this. Oh, excuse me. Is you're now going to see the world. Remember, people have watched the movie The Better Player One, if you've never seen that. You're now going to get to see the world the way the elites see it when this veil comes off. Okay? You're not going to see the world the way you see it anymore. You're going to see like how Admiral Byrd was like, hey, there's no ice. Okay? And this is what's going to happen. When the wizard is gone, and there's no more wizard, okay, you will see the world according to the way they see it. You will not see what the naked eye sees anymore. That's why people will say we have definitely inherited lives from our forefathers. That's why now what the next things they're going to do, they're going to simulate all the stuff that they have told these people are going to happen in the end times. Alien attack, different things, all kind of stuff. You're going to learn how the weather really works. Like I said, everything is controlled, excuse me, by Maliki Kongo and whatever the other spiritual beings are doing. They all have a job to do. But in Satan's job and his fallen job, they are deceiving people in what they're really doing, because the world's been turned over to them. And see, the problem is they monitor to make sure that whatever you're learning and whatever you're seeing on television, whatever you're seeing on social media, whatever they're showing you, there's a narrative behind it. That's why when people come out and say, hey, that was fake. Oh, that wasn't fake. And then we're going to sue you and all these different things. And, because I learned something about something that happened too one time years ago, is that you are living in judgments. So because people are living in judgments, they're not telling you that. So a lot of these things that are happening to you, tornadoes, hurricanes, frozen land, dry desert, okay, they're all part of what's supposed to happen to the people who are doing the wrong things, okay? So what I'm going to tell you now as I get ready, and I'm not going to go too much longer because I know sometimes I go too long. The strong delusion time is up. We must now prepare ourselves to see what's unseen, to be revealed what is not there, that what people don't see, and it's going to shock people. You're going to become like Admiral Byrd. Hey, what the heck? I thought they said this and this was gone, because the devil, like I said, the Most High makes people, these people are going to perish. So he makes them see the world the way that they've been told. That's why Tata and nZambi said we should have never learned the ways of the heathen, because we will see the world differently. That's how you can control the spirits. As Kuso Kongo said, he didn't see the world from his naked eye. He saw the world from his spiritual eye. And see, we had that ability 500 some years ago. The fallen angels started to change things to favor what they were teaching people. So they believed it. So they fabricated a lot of the history to erase their portion and their version, and that's why you don't like people show pictures now. It's like, oh, they created giant guns for somebody. There was a guy who said, "I saw a giant," and they came after him. No, you didn't see no giant. You can't. These things aren't supposed to exist because they're covering up the fact that you are living in the days of Noah, and you are the days of Noah, and what they're doing, and that they're using us to power this. The Bantu people, our energy and whatever we're doing, they're doing these things in secret. And you know what Ayaya has talked about these type of things where they can make things happen. They know what's going to happen. They can make it happen. Oh, you have a car accident. You have this. Okay. The news itself is fabricated. Okay. They know that they caused something, and then they report on it. Oh, so shots fired. Okay. This is what this world doesn't understand. You are on these strings like a puppet, and you do what you're told. And they know that they control you through the witches and the warlocks and the sorcery and these different things that they do. It's like they have you under these spells so that you don't understand. You think everything is random. That's why for anybody to come out and start telling you about certain things, it's like, hey, they can't know that. And they end up breaking, they get in trouble. But what Tata nZambi is saying is, I am now allowing the permission to say, look, and I mean, we have people talk about this. The reality check is coming that, and this is to prove it. They put it in the movie Wizard of Oz where the wizard was standing behind this control panel when the curtain was pulled back. So basically that was symbolized. You have had a curtain dropped down. To give you a prime example, the best example I can give, I think I've done this before. I hope I did. If you've ever seen the movie The Shadow, okay, he's fighting the Mongolian guy. He says, "I give you the ability to cloud men's minds." When he first got this whole process, when he tried to take the thing from the guy, and then this guy shows up. He's living in a hotel, right, in downtown New York at the time. Now, to the people, they see a vacant lot. Like nothing is there. And then finally he realizes, I'm going to uncloud my mind. Oh, wow, there's this big old building there. And they can't see it. Okay? And then when the guy dies, and this kind of symbolic, when they were talking about the World War II era, there's a nuclear bomb and everything in it. When the guy dies, whoa, this thing, wow, where did this building come from? Okay? Because what is happening to people they don't understand is, this is why they do that pendulum thing. They're swinging the watch. People are doing things under hypnosis. They're doing things under mind control. So you're made to think what they want you to think. That's why when you're not on the same frequency anymore, this creates a problem. Because see, when you see people, when you have the power to the zombie, when you have the Most High with you, when the Mandavella, the Holy Spirit is revealing things, and I've experienced this, as I've told you, your life, people talking about the life flashes before your eyes of a person's life. This is how it goes. People see, what you did, what you didn't do. That's why he said, be careful what you reveal, because that's why he said, let he or she who's without sin cast the first stone. Well, what happens is with many of the agents that are among us, they use certain gifts because some of them, as a brother was saying, he's psychic. But you're not supposed to know he was a real psychic. Or he was a real they said people like me are you're not supposed to exist. Where he was a thought manipulator. He was a person that could hack people's bodies. Okay. He's like, no, you're not supposed to know we can do these things. Okay. Because the harsh reality is, as people will understand, is you are just like when they see the person that and they say, well, I don't believe in voodoo. I don't believe in that. No, you're already on. That's why they say you see the person, they stick the pin in the doll and they get a heart attack or whatever. Okay. The fallen angels and their hybrid children are doing these type of things to people unawares. This is how, like it says in the book in the martyrdom of Bartholomew, when he said, how do you get these people to worship you false gods? Well, they already have sicknesses, so they have illness. This is why you would get people to go and they give offerings to their gods. Hey, my son is going to die and he's going to be sick and I need help, okay? And you do your prayer, okay? Which really, it was replicating Bantu culture always. We had our altar, we did our prayer, we did what the Most High called for, but we had a different spirit than they do, okay? And in many cases, the gods that they serve require blood sacrifice. That is why when Davidi prayed, he said, I know that you don't desire the sacrifices of animals and you don't really need these things. What it was doing, this is what you got to understand. The Most High saw that Bantu people were hard-headed. This is what Kusu Kongo said. We always wanted to be doing things similar to what the nations do. But he was making sure that we did these things with the proper understanding of what they really meant. For example, and this is what they hide from you, we had spiritual connections with the animals. So they would do things for us that they wouldn't do for other nations. They hide this. But when we got away from the Most High, they became our enemy again, just like the other nations. That's why they're angry now. They're like, where are the people who are the kings of this earth to where we can find peace? This is what the Mundele and Kade and Pemba don't understand. That's why I said the same people who claim to be saving animals are also the same people who are destroying them. They're putting this problem cause solution always. I know brother used to talk about this. Problem cause solution. We create the problem, we'll tell you what caused it, and we're going to give you the solution. But the solution they give you is always going to be less than what really should happen. So the cycle continues. So they put stuff on TV. They make you believe, oh, yeah, these sicknesses and this, oh, we need, these things they tell you, oh, give donation. That's how the sorcerer will then heal. Okay? He will then come. This is what Simon the sorcerer was. Why the Kepler said to Simon the sorcerer, your money perish with thee. Okay? What I have, you can't buy your way into the kingdom. Okay? Now, if the one that says, like I said, it doesn't matter. If you want to help people that need help, and the Most High says you need to provide certain things to help people because he provides for those that follow him. That's one thing. But it doesn't always necessarily mean that it's going to be money involved. You may have to do make a website. You may have, whatever you need to do to help a person's ministry or to do what they need to do. The Most High may ask you to do it. Now, the difference between what Christianity does and what the Most High does is the benefit of who it's benefiting. Okay? Tata nZambi says, I gave you a gift. Okay? This gift that I give you, whatever that you're supposed to be doing for me, it must work for my purpose. This is how we were as a family with Kentwadi. Everybody's role intertwined for a reason. It was a harmonious connection. But what threw it off is we allowed the jealousy and the envy start to creep in with Shaitani. Oh, you got more. It's like when you're doing with little kids, because we're children, right? How you get more macaroni than I did? What, mom, dad, hey, so-and-so got more macaroni than me. Why? This is where the laws really play their role. How come you get to go over there and I don't? What's up with that? How come you get this dream and I don't get it? This is what Shaitani did to the Bakongo people, the Bantu people, when we became a fallen nation, a fallen kingdom. And then we allowed and this has happened more than once, we allowed the heathens to come in and play tricks on us so they could get the knowledge, they could get the lies, and they can go use it for their benefit. And, this happened quite a bit. That's why Kusa Kongo said, I'm not going to share what's for the children with somebody who is not. That's what he was talking about. But he still honored her wish because of her belief. When he said, even the dogs get the crumb from the table. Oh, you're wise. The world doesn't understand. This is why you can't see the deception in front of your eyes. Is you're trying to use the meat portion that was never meant for you and you're teaching off of breadcrumbs. This is what the elites have done. They have all the knowledge that they have stolen. They've given the breadcrumbs to their own people, acting like you have the meat, and then fabricating things so you don't really see what's going on. Every theory that Einstein came up with, most of them weren't even his. And they're not even correct. Because of who Einstein served the devil. You just don't know that. They're not going to tell you, oh yeah, Einstein, if I had to really get crazy, tell you the truth and you're going to believe me, Einstein wasn't who you think he was. That's going to be the shocker. Some of these people who are doing these things in the past, who are bringing knowledge to people, you don't really know who they are. And see, one time he brought Bantu people among him, and you thought he's coming there to teach. No. He's coming there to absorb knowledge that the Most High gave us naturally. This is what they've always done. Okay? The Most High gave us, this is the real understanding of Hosea chapter 2. You keep giving my blessings, my bilaka, to your lovers, to the people that have nothing that can't help you. And they can't even help themselves. That's why their society is all jacked up. Oh, we got to change our communities. We're going to make it better. Oh, yeah, you're going to make it nice. And they do these things. The Most High always wants the people to do nice things. But you don't even know why your community is jacked up. That's the problem. How did it get that way is the delusion. The next part is you don't even know that many of these so-called cities that you think this is going to be the kicker. Not everything was built from the ground up. And there are things that have been erased so that you don't know what was there before. Why? Because they wanted to create the strong delusion, just like the Most High said. You think that you people originated civilization when it comes to the European mindset? Okay, I'll make you think that. You think that there's a such thing as race? This is part of the thing that people understand. You know, people out here, oh, race. There's no race. It's bloodline. Where you come from. That's what the Most I understand. You come from Ishmael. You come from Gomer. You come from you come from Ashkenaz. You come from Esau. You come from the Chaldeans. You come from these people, the Babylonians. That's how Tata nZambi sees the world. You come from Moab. You were the Moabites. He don't see Germany, Russia, England, France, the U.S., Mexico, Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil. He don't see that. What he sees, your lineage came from this. I don't know you. Oh, I prayed to Jesus Christ and I know God and I know the Lord. You don't even know who they gave you. Like I said, you're praying to Baal. You just don't know. So as you're praying to Baal, they're hiding things behind closed doors about how the world really is, and they're teaching you things, and you're going to school. And I know there's a lot of teachers who are already mad at me, but it's because they gave you the false information to teach the people. Because they were creating workers, bees, a hive mind. Every must be alike. That's why when you're not in the hive mind anymore, you don't get anything. The queen don't hook you up. No, but she's out the way now. She's about to be, she's out. The Most High, this is a trip. I learned something I'll tell my wife. It is a game of chess between him and the devil. And he called checkmate. That's what I was talking about when I said because Lilith is the first wicked wife of Satan, who became the harlot, and the Wizard of Oz was saying that. But see, people won't ever understand that concept because everything's in code. Everything's in code. That's why it's like a matrix. That's why it's like a computer. Everything, they're reading code. You know, when they're doing stuff, they're reading code like they're looking at like they're looking at a programmer. You know, the programmer makes the computer and he starts putting stuff in there and you start seeing what the computer tells you. The world works the same way. Binary, there's a person who said you can see the binary code coming down. That's what the Most High, his language, the languages and everything, okay? That's one of the reasons why you have to be careful when you say the name of false gods. That's why he said, don't even let them come to your mouth when we were there. Because you invoke things that you should not invoke. And the liars know this. So when Bantu people invoke things we shouldn't invoke, they get your energy. The movies they made about the vampires, you know, we talked about this, a group of us talked about this. When they made that movie, Underworld, this is a member of Corvinus right here. Yes, it's not his time to rule. It's our time to rule. Why did you wake him up? You know, these type of things. These beings really do exist. Oh, and they show you the handlers that bring them the blood. You can't see that with the carnal eye. And they know. That's why when these things started to get, the Most High started to expose a lot of this underworld stuff that people don't know, like the island of Epstein and everything. These are vampires. They talk about the adrenochrome. They need the screams. They need the, they mocked it on the Ghostbuster. You know, they need the blood of sacrifices. That's why they did so much about the Messiah and drink my flesh, eat my flesh, drink my blood, when he really didn't say it like that. He did it the way the Bantus would have said it. And we even say, let's break bread together. We even sang the song. Break bread means we come together as brothers. The wine poured, poured out for those who ain't here. That was one of our things. That we always, you seal the bond with, as blood brothers. You know what I'm talking about? We become blood brothers. Like when the Native Americans, they cut the thing and they said, okay, they cut this and then the blood, shit, you know, that's the type of thing I'm talking about. They become like blood brothers, okay? That's why he said, anybody joins to me shares in this bond. That's why he says, Umpangi, in the song they say, Umpangi Yisu, brother. He's our brother when we become like the Most High and in his way and like him. See, Christianity has not even grasped this concept because of their drinking their milk. If you know Jesus, as they say, he is like your father, your brother, then you will share in his gifts. Like he said, you can cast out demons, make the blind see, lame walk, deaf hear. Freely you see, freely you give. Okay, you do the Most High's way. Okay, but you use what the most what you take, and this is what the disciples even did. You become this is the real utopia. Everybody shares in the Most High's blessing, the bilaka, and you distribute to those who are less fortunate, who need help. And they say, well, my church does that. Yeah, but the dude pocketing some big salaries there. Oh, that's how the Most High provides. We have been conditioned that everything the Most High provides must be about the way the world sees how you live. That's the problem. The way the world operates and where the world lives is contrary, completely contrary to the Most High's way. You are living in the design concept of Baal, and they know it. So when you say that you're not of this world, you're unplugging from Baal. And this is something I had to remember myself. Like the Matrix, when you unplug from Baal ain't just going to let you just run free and start preaching the real truth. No, because you're going to throw people out the Matrix. So they're going to come after you, and you can't get their help like you have before. Oh, I need $1,000 for this. No, dude, you're not our system anymore. So that's why the helper becomes the Most High's Tata nZambi. And see, the problem with that is, okay, he is going to give you according to what you need. Your heart's desire first comes with your work of obedience. That's why he say, you do this, you do what I ask you, I pay you at the end of the road. You do what I say, then comes the reward. Just like when you're doing with parents. You do what I say, then comes the reward. You don't do what I say, there's no reward. This is where the world has been deceived by the liars. You don't do what Tata nZambi says, he's not giving you no reward. Your reward will then be based upon your sins, about your deceptions. Even me, you mess up, he can either decide, okay, I'm winking at that, I'll give you a warning, but you don't get it's like I told people, it's like when you're in school, right? You mess up in the classroom, is the teacher going to give you the reward that you might have gotten? I had this experience when I was in school. I messed up. They had me getting ready to give me a reward for my improved behavior. The principal tore it right in front of me. Oh, I was going to say you were doing well. You know. That's the Most High. That's the God of creation. The Christian, the people who have been stuck in Baal's delusion, they are deceived. They don't even see what's around them that they have been taught is false. That's why I say there's no way a poor man who goes to church every Sunday, pays his tithes and offering, will continue to be struggling with the Most High. But then another person who comes to church on Sunday, who happens to be living in a nice house, there's no way there's going to be the Most High to say, oh, you're going to keep your nice stuff and I'm only going to keep you here. Even when the scriptures, it says the woman who came with the last, he said, that's worth more than the person who came with a lot. So that should tell you the world's upside down, because you got all these people paying into the system, big money, reaping big rewards. People paying in little money, getting little rewards. Something is wrong. Something doesn't make sense. Something's amiss. And then they're going to, the excuse they always give, oh, we waiting on your breakthrough. God's got a blessing with your name on it. They always sing like that. I heard something, man. I heard it again. I was like, oh my gosh. In order for your name, for Tata nZambi to even consider you for a bilaka, a blessing, you first of all have to even know what your name is. Because to the Most High, your name is not Joe or Susie or Rick or whatever. If you're his, you get a different name. You get a different connection. When you become part of the Most High, and see, the problem is he's not going to give you the names of the heathens. We've been deceived. That's why they took our names. He's going to give you the names that are Bakongo or Bantu. That's why he even had to say, I will take the names of the balls out of your mouth. Okay? We are named according to what the Most High's desire is for us. That's why the Maliki had to come and say, his name shall be this. Your name shall be this, because this is what you do. Your name shall be this. You got people out here that just pick your name. Oh, you look like a Bob. No, that's not how the Most High does it. Your name coincides with your mission. The Most High is going to be with his people, so I'm calling my son this. And this is what he will do. But he said, I come in the name of the Father. So he went by the name of the Father too. Oh, boy. No. Okay. Every prophet, every single person in the scriptures, their name coincides with actions. That's why Msaka or Seka means, the angel said she called her son this name because she laughed. Oh, and then Isaac. like they have here. You know, Isaac. Isaac doesn't mean anything. Or they can go look it up. Isaac means, in another language, Isaac means something. They got nothing to do with the Most High. That's the way vibration was changed. The matrix or the system you live in, you resonate differently. They look at you because this is how it works. They see vibration. We talked about it before. They see the vibration of people. How you vibrate tells you whether or not you are still on their frequency, because this is the fact. This is a flat out truth. Everything that runs off this world runs off of the frequency of the snake. Everything. They tune to the, like I'm talking about, they tune to the frequency. That's how they know when you go the opposite. Satan is a 6, the Most High is a 9. You start resonating with the 9, hey, he's out of the matrix. She's out of the matrix. Something is wrong here. And they will do everything, just like they did in the movie. This is the deception. They will do everything to put your behind back or destroy you for leaving in the first place. That's why you need guardians around you, the true guardians around you, the true Malekis, to be fighting. Get away. No. This is the Most Highs now. Okay? The spiritual battle that you can really see if you actually have your spiritual eyes able to see. So now, why is this so significant as I'm talking about this? Is because when it says that now the Most High is transitioning himself back on top, the world will now see what's really going on as the power of the dragon becomes diminished to where he's left with nothing, and he won't even look significant. Oh, I'm a little decrepit. Oh, nothing. What? Little piece of nothing that don't. What is it? How did he have all this power? Muntu, Bakongo. These other people didn't give him no power that they think. They had a little bit of power. They pray because he's like, hey, you don't even know you're already on the frequency of my kingdom. No. When Tata nZambi says cut the switch, the chosen people now will return to me. We're going to have the party. Everybody else out of here. That gets rid of the connection of the power that they can manifest in. So everything that they have used that comes off of Bantu people, they now go back to their original state. Primal, as they call it, primal fear, whatever. They're going to go back to what it was that they were, or who they were, or what they have done to them when they didn't have the power. This is why they talk about you're going to be a total recall. And I don't remember nothing. Okay. Like when they were, the Most High cast them out as the against him. People are going to be like, they're gonna be different than what they were, because when you're disconnected from the Most High's way of peace, remember I said his law is universal. People are nice because they know that's what you're supposed to be. When you are no longer connected to the Creator at all with any of this Most High Spirit, when the Most High Spirit is completely removed from those who are not chosen, you go to the nature of the beast. And you stay there for all eternity. That's why it's so important for them to convince you we're doing it right, they're doing it wrong. Because they want you to be in that position with them. They want us to continue in the world as you see it. That's why I'm trying to say, don't lean, people don't understand. You have been taught to be narcissistic, leaning on your own understanding. Oh, I know I got it right because they told me. Who told you it was right? It's like we talked about, it's like the telephone. You got the version that's like, oh, was that the whole message? And it's like, no, you got part of it. And that message that came to you was altered in the middle. And you think now you have, oh, now I can go talk about this because this is the full message. No, you didn't get even a portion that you think. And even the portion that you got it has inaccuracies. So you're running out there with like all these people running around, see Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, people doing all kind of missionary work. That's why, like I said, what's his name? King Leopold had to say, they don't need to learn about God. They already know him. And they're probably sitting there like, what? Because see, colonization, let me just tell you, people don't know how it works. The smartest people were among the heathens, but they went shh. And they took the lowest level people that they could control out of their land. Oh yeah, come to America, come to the Caribbean, come the Virgin Islands. Okay, you dummy. I mean, that's really, they mocked it in the car. Man, I was like, wow. When I saw the commercial, I was like, oh my gosh, they told you what they did in there. Everybody gets to vote. Even the stupid ones? Oh, they mocked you. Yes. Because you have to understand, they needed you to believe that you were building a nation when you were building a system of the fallen ones, unawares, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Allah, and whatever it was. Mostly Jesus, because at that time mostly Christians were here, but the Muslims had to stay behind the shadows. Okay, because they don't even know the impact the Muslims even had in the beginning. They couldn't tell you the first president was a Muslim. They couldn't tell you that. What? This was supposed to be a Christian nation, and you got a Muslim. But see, then later on they got. No, the Christians hate the Muslims and they're attacking each other and blah, 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 blah. Jihad and all this other stuff. The Quran comes from the Catholic Church anyway. That's why the Pope was like kissing the Quran. Eesh. They know what it is. Okay? They do these things so you don't see. This is why they got you busy planning parties for your friend, going out shopping with the girls, hanging with the boys, watching the game, betting on so-and-so. We're going to go to the Caribbean next week. We're going to go travel and all these different things. We're going on vacation and all this other stuff. And you don't even understand that this system was designed to put you on an assembly line from the beginning, like the car that they're pulling down the track with the Ford. People were going to be the same way. Your social security number is your VIN number. What happens with cars? Some make it all the way to where some end up in the junkyard. Some end up getting changed up and you modify it and all these different things. You see people doing the same thing to themselves, right? Okay, you do different things with cars. Well, people do the same thing. You choose to be who you are based on what you decide. Okay, do as thou wilt is what they programmed it. That's why it's like, hey, if I want to make my hair red and green and blue, okay, I'm gonna do that. If I want to put on the shortest shorts ever, I'm gonna do that. If I'm gonna dress up as different, if I'm gonna go to the doctor and get my body changed and get all the different things, okay, that's my way. If I'm gonna do, but see, that's what the nZambi said. The people with the law are gonna sit there and say what? I'm not doing that. Are you crazy? I'm not going to do that. No. Oh, come on, it'll be fun. Let's go do this. Let's go do. This is why the devil's standing. People don't even know this. This is why the devil sent that person. Oh no, you'll look good with that tattoo and this. What? That's Shaitani talking, and you don't even know. You ain't supposed to get no tattoo because they need the Bakongo to sin, whether the other person knows it or not. When they take you to that party to start drinking and tossing back a few, you the one that's going to have to face the Most High, not them in spirit. You don't know that. The Most High is like, I ain't got nothing to do with them. It's you. And see, where they get hit is the Most High say, oh, you're not blessing. You're causing curses upon my people. And then that's when bad things start to happen to them. Now, this is what made me so mad. I didn't even see this episode. We're watching Law and Order. So, just I don't like to watch TV, but I try to stay away from it. The woman said, how was your trip? They said, how was your trip to the Congo? I see you happen to be talking. Oh, pray for them. What? They giving you, this is how they get their blessing. They pray for Congo, you don't. They praying for Congo. Oh, Congo. We want to send money to Congo. Oh, look at them. They get into all the blessing. You'd get in nothing. Because you don't even know who you are. That's why the Most High is like, this is ridiculous. They know who gets the blessing and who gets the curses. Oh no, the Middle East. Okay. I'm not, like I said, if people want to believe, this is not bashing anybody. People want, like the Most High said, let them, if people want to be ignorant, let them stay ignorant. Okay? They want to think they're the Most High people, hey, let them. Whatever. When it comes to the fact that it's not about working, you can't work with somebody, you cannot convince anybody, okay, to go in a direction when they're choosing to stay where they want to stay. Let their leaders, like they're coming out now. The one guy came out, oh yeah, he's Soleil Congo, he's speaking, he's a French rabbi, he's talking, oh yeah. Let them tell the story then, but don't let them, control the narrative. Because salvation comes to the Yaoundé. Nobody can bring anybody to the Most High unless they come from a Bala Zakar Yakubi and they have the Wanda. Well, how do you get the Wanda? By doing the Most High's way. The real rebirth, the real baptism. Nobody, you cannot be spiritually baptized by somebody who doesn't even know the real truth about the Most High, that has no understanding of the Most High whatsoever about his true way. But they thinking, oh yeah, I do this, I do that. I know God wants me to be like that. The Most High's way is going to allow you to see what they have hidden from you. You will no longer be under the strong delusion for them that want to believe the lie because they're perishing. You will see what the people, hey, like you'll be like Admiral Byrd. What the heck? Where did it come from? Okay. What a saber-tooth tiger. Oh my God. I'm going this way. Run in. Okay. I thought this thing was gone. Where the heck did it come from? Okay. That's what Tata nZambi is trying to get people to understand in these last days. You have been, the clown is running the show. As they say, the clown's running the show. And they're mocking you. Yes, the clown is running the show because the false Messiah is a clown. He's an idiot. He's a buffoon. He's stupid. I found out that the word goose is referencing to Nimrod. Oh, they put the coding out there. That's why Aflac, the goose, they're telling you you're stupid because this type of stuff is not what you think it is. Oh, yeah. You don't even know. Oh, you get injured on the job. Well, you're supposed to get healing. Things are supposed to get fixed the right way through the herbs and the stuff we talked about. The Muntu way. Oh, we can do this, we can do that. You don't understand. The type of medicine that they teach in Westernized medicine is not the Most High's way at all. The physicians that they had back in those days, boy, they could, ooh, man. What do you mean you got heart attack problems? What are you doing? You know, that's not something that is going to be the norm. What do you mean you got this issue? That's not possible. You're not doing stuff. You're not doing this. Okay. Sadly, like I've told people, they made Black people sick so that they can have what we didn't want. Specifically Bantu, specifically Black Bantu Banakongo. Okay? And I'm about to get off because it's getting late, but anyway, what I will tell you is this will be a year, and many people are seeing it, and I don't think people are planning things, but the one thing I learned about the Most High, and I've seen this, you can plan all you want for whatever you think, which is fine. You keep planning for certain things, this is great. But the one thing I've learned about Tata nZambi is with me is that he may have something else planned that you may not be able to participate in what other people are planning because other things are going on that may require your attention different from what you think. That's why I always ask the Most High, okay, am I going to this? Am I doing this? Am I doing it? What am I supposed to be doing? No, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know exactly what I'm preparing myself for. Very sorry. We, Bakongo Banabetu, okay, like I said, you really dealing with this right here. These people running the show that fly these things, they've been now they say, oh, they didn't exist. Oh, now they exist. Why do you think all this time they telling you aliens don't exist? Now they exist. Why? There has to be a reason for that. Okay? Because they know certain things are getting ready to happen that is going to expose the world you cannot see. And you're gonna assume, oh, this person is from planet this and up. No. They telling you this garbage. They know who their parents are. They know what sort of, they know it's a realm. You broke them out of prison, the Most High don't like it. Hey. Okay, some of these jokers got broken out of prison, jailbreak. Ooh, we out. They open the door. They open the conjuring things. That's why you don't play with with portals. You don't know what's coming through. Hey, that could be, oh my gosh. You open that port. That's why when you invoke certain demons, you don't know what that demon's capable of. You call upon certain gods. Oh, wow. I should have never called you. Oh, doggone, oh man, I'm in trouble. But see, they don't tell you that. You invoke some of the most dangerous demons in your own language you speak sometimes. Why now? You ask the question, wait a minute. I did something. What did I do? All of a sudden, you see, people will say, I did something, and now all this stuff is happening to me. Why? Because unaware, you said something or you did something, and it opened the portal, and bam, something bad really came out and started jacking your life up. Why is my daughter now acting crazy? You see what I'm talking about? Because your speech really does vibrate in the spiritual realm to do certain things. That's why you don't have, man, Bantu people, Bakongo, black folks, man, you don't have your children running around doing magic and doing Harry Potter and this kind of stuff. You're gonna bring some stuff into your house that doesn't belong there. You can't see the demon. He's sitting up like this. I'm in the house. I'm chilling. Because he said the words. Okay. I'm about to tear this place up. Then you wonder, man, baby, you got into a car accident. What happened? Oh, somebody didn't see me. All of a sudden, things just start happening and you don't know why. But then you get the people, wow, I'm getting some really good luck here. And then all of a sudden, you got this some good money, but then something says, something goes, wait a minute, why did I got this money, but then somebody came and tried to steal it from me, or something's going on with that? Because you did something to where the spirit that gave it to you is expecting something in return, and you didn't even know you invoked it. So when you didn't get the payment out, bam, you got hit. They don't teach you this stuff. The fallen angels expect when they give you something, what they will demand, you may not be able to give. Now, Tata nZambi says, for those who much is given, much is expected. Okay? but he is going to allow you to know what he is asking of you and why this is necessary. In many cases, he may not always reveal the why, but he just say, okay, you'll see as you're going along why I'm doing this. I've learned that. It's like, oh, okay, this is why you have me doing this. Ah, bam, okay, connecting the dots, as they say. Because the world is a maze. It really is. It's a maze of deception. And I'm telling people, man, it's going to come down to real soon where even how your body is functioning is harming yourself. You have energy that don't belong there. And this is why you get sick. The Muntu, the Bakongo people, we have energy that don't belong in here. That has nothing to do with us. And you're sitting there channeling it every day. And this is why you get pain. Oh, I got pain here. I got pain there. Afflicted. That's affliction. You had no business getting yourself into this stuff. Now, when people hear parents say, boy, I told you, you had no business getting into that. Well, now you're getting into this type of stuff every day where you had no business being here from the beginning 500 years ago. That's what you don't understand. And now we have to endure this system until it comes to an end, which is very soon. Okay? All right. So, Hallelujah came out to nZambi. Luvuvamu, Yala, Yala. Okay. That's why it's very important to know what spirit is teaching you and what they're asking for. And if there's a catch. Now we're talking about, oh, no catch. In Satan's world, there's a catch. Okay? Even though they may tell you no catch, you're still signing contracts you shouldn't be signing. And that's why they always have verbiages to affiliate it with mortgage, going to the grave, this type of stuff. Okay? Everything is really, if you look at the world that you're living in, everything that they have you doing is really going affiliated with the dead. Everything. I remember somebody broke it all down with the way English was set up. The lady was talking about it. She said, the words will tell you your everything is about the grave. When you look at the English language, many things are referring to dead things. Okay? And other languages are doing the same. This is how you know you're not among the land of the living, but the land of the dead. Because they don't see but with their carnal eye. And those who can see their spiritual eye, it makes you that, oh, did you open it illegally? Because that happens too. And then you say, oh, but that's satanic. You ain't supposed to open no spiritual eye. And I've heard people keep saying that. No, Satani doesn't want you to see with your spiritual eyes, which is what the Most High sees with. That's how you worship him in spirit and in truth. He don't want you to do that because now you know, like I broke it down in previous videos, what is really going on in this world is you are reestablishing the system that existed in the days of Noka, unawares. And that system is trying to stay here permanently. That's what the NWO is. They're using masquerade of all kinds to put this system in here permanently and run it the way they see fit without the Most High. And that's not going to happen. They think that, no, it's not going to happen. You're going to see. Like we say, we translate this back on the top, everything comes to the Bakongo people, not them. They'll make it look like they do, but it's not. Eventually, that's how it goes. All right. Solo King Sambalo. Ingita.